You can do this exercise with a few different intents. So it can either be a progression model to be able to get towards the strength of being able to do a full depth single leg squat, and you can forget entirely about needing to have your foot up in front like this, or it can be a progression towards being able to do that with the foot being up here, because there's nothing stopping you from doing a squat like this and then progressively lifting your foot higher and higher up until your foot is up at this height and you will be able to do a pistol squat on the floor. However, regardless of what you're trying to do, there are a few things from a technique component that may assist your ability to be able to be consistent. One of those things is you're trying to still maintain an even distribution between the inside, the outside, and the heel of your foot so that this foot can stay balanced. With other versions of a squat, we normally try and maintain some kind of a neutral spine position. However, because you're only maneuvering your own body weight, we don't really need to worry about that very much. So you can allow a little bit of a rounding in your lower back in this bottom position. Most people will be limited from a mobility perspective when getting into this bottom position here. So a little bit of a rounding in the back can assist with maintaining some kind of quad activation in this very deep component of the squat. It requires quite a lot of knee over toe mobility to be able to maintain a neutral spine whilst in a full pistol squat position. So that can be a progression for you to consider as well. However, it's not the end of the world if you have a bit of a rounded back position when doing a squat like this. Also, another thing to assist with this movement, if you are trying to progress towards just the ability to do a full depth single leg squat, and this may sound counterintuitive, if you hold a light weight out in your hands here, it can help from a balance perspective of being able to stay a little bit more upright. Much like when we use a goblet squat and you hold a little bit of weight in front of you, when you push the weight out in front of you, it can help to keep your torso more upright. The same rule applies here. Obviously, it doesn't want to be too heavy because it's going to be adding to the difficulty level of the actual strength required to stand up. However, it can be beneficial from a balance perspective just to have a small weight between your hands. Another progression of doing this could be that you only focus on the controlled lowering component of the movement and you don't really worry about the standing up part, and you just kind of lower yourself to the ground, walk around, get back onto the box, and then perform the slow lowering component.